Okay, folks, some basics. Now, I looked at your die cut, of course, and I graded it, and some of you guys did very well. And then there was a couple of issues that my concern is about size, and make sure that the size is okay. Now, that size could have got whacked if you made a critical rookie mistake up here by selecting something other than inches when you created your drawing board. So please, when you're making your illustrations, make sure you're working in inches for these purposes. So let's just say I'm making a 20 by 20 inch document. Create. Cool. Then I'm going to do a file, import, place my image. Now, this is not new information, ladies and gentlemen. This is a bit of review, and then we're going to get into something new. So here is, here is our package, and we know how I handle this. I always drop the opacity down. Make sure it's selected, Mr. Flake. There we go. So I drop the opacity down. It's like putting a piece of tracing paper on something. I go to my layers palette here to the left, and I'm going to lock that layer down. Nothing more frustrating than hitting a moving target. And then I'm going to zoom in, hold my space bar down so I can scroll over and take a little bit of a look at what we have down here. Now, these techniques are part of some of your package designs. They might be part of your package design or they might not be, but they're good techniques to learn anyway. So the technique I'm going to demonstrate today is how to create a gradient or vignette, a transition of color from light to dark, as you see in these little circular objects that represent the product. So first things first, I'm going to grab my shape tool and I'm going to click and drag out a circle with a little green apple section. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the fill over here on my right-hand panel and select a color up here in my color mixing. And I get close. I'm not going to waste your time trying to match the color right here now in demo, but obviously you would try your best to match the color. And then with the object selected, I'm going to scroll down. This is my palette on the right-hand side of the workspace, where it says Effects, Blur, Color Adjust, and so on. You see more. We're going to open that up a little bit. And I'm going to select Vignette. Vignette is just another way of saying a transition of color from light to dark. So we click on Vignette. And then we have some sliders here where I can adjust the values. So here I'm creating more of a three-dimensional look. And again, I would have to match my color a little bit better. Okay? So now once I have that one done, and this is true in Illustrator as well, if you hold the Option key down, click on the object and drag with your mouse, it creates other objects. Just Option, click, and drag. And then you can resize them rather quickly. And then just change the fill color. Ooh. Ah. Oh. So here we have our three-dimensional spheres that represent the product. It's amazing, right, Liam? Cool. Next, we've got text that's kind of on a curve. Really easy to do. In some ways, even a little bit more friendly, not better than Illustrator, because, you know, my opinion on Illustrator, out of my cold dead hands will I release Illustrator. But the way that you attach text to curves is just a little bit different and a little bit friendlier. So let's just say we were going to kind of put text on a curve. We create a shape. You can do this with just a general stroke or border, as they say in Gravit. And then I can put my text, orange, whatever. And then with my text patch selected, holding the Shift key, selecting my other curved shape. So I have both of them selected at one time. I go to the Modify pull-down menu, Path, Attach Text to Path. Modify, Path, Attach Text to Path. Blammo. Turn off that fill. And to move the text along that curve, I could just grab the little red box and I can gently tweak the text so we are pushing it around that curve.
Mr. Flake, what did you press when you selected both the text and circle and made it one?
Very good question. Let me go back in time a little bit. Avery, good question. Okay, so text box is selected. I'm holding the Shift key down to grab the secondary object. Then I'm going to go Modify, Path, Attach Text to Path. And then I'm simply going to my fill, poking the eye, ouch, so it has no fill. And to move it along the path, I just select it with my selection tool, grab the little red square, and I can kind of rotate it around as I need to. Okay, so gradients / vignettes and text on a path.